I'm head of section standards and system within the asset management technology department, and I will talk about in search of a business case, Atik Mine saved in 3 days. So I work with the technology department, and we aim to support all Boliden mine sites with standardized processes for engineering and maintenance their entire life cycle. So who we are a bunch of project managers, development engineers in civil earthworks, make piping, maintenance, and so on. We have documentation specialists, system coordinators, and so on. So we support our sites in their investments projects on site, but also with the system governance and development work, how to improve those standardized processes and improve their work by standardization. So one of my projects is the master data project, and the aim of that is to have one source of truth. We have such a wide range of application within our mines, and we want to enable Industry 4.0 to connect the information stream in the extended value chain. We want to make sure that we can connect if we have, for example, we need data from a machine supplier, we need to make sure that it's the same way and not in different ways, but depending on who the supplier is, that it's the case right now. And we want to make sure that we have to achieve effective maintenance. We talk a lot about predictive maintenance also, and we, of course, we want to achieve that. But we think that we don't want to be unrealistic. We want to be able to foresee all shutdowns, even if we have the perfect predictive maintenance in the near future, I think. So, but when we have a shutdown, we want to be able to use the data we have to make the to minimize the production loss that can comes from this. But so I will go into this case. We try to find different cases within Boliden where we find how we use this data in a good way and where we can have improvements. So this was a case in 2015 to show how we benefit for having our data about electric components digitalized. So 2015, Boliden's enrichment plant in the very north of Sweden, outside Gällivare, it was hit by a severe breakdown. For several days, no one knew how it would end. So Boliden Mine Aitik is Sweden's largest open pit copper mine, and it's also the world's productive. And it's a small town in the up north, and it employs big amount of the people living there. So a shutdown doesn't just affect Boliden in a negative way, it affects the entire community there. The concentrator in Aitik has a closed water system that is an ongoing cycle. So from the recycling station that we see here in the picture, how it's supposed to look where it's not flooded. From this recycling station, water is pumped from pumps driven by 7-ton engines to the enrichment plant. So the pumps are the heart of the process. So the large water pipes leading to the recycling station are several kilometers long, and they have a drop height of over 100 meters. So in other words, some water accumulates in them, and the leak from a pipe made the recycling station soon look like a swimming pool. So we had a fitting error in one of the pipe fittings. But so the water that keeps Boliden running, the Atik mine, is really crucial in the operations, but now it was drowning the pumps or the engines that will normally pump it. So this is what happened. We got an alarm from our ABB system, and it was 7 kilometers to restart the pump. The leak was discovered, a heavy water fill, and it spreads into the nearby rooms. So that causes the production stop. So the pump station, we could empty it on water, and of good fortune, we have some good ABB guys nearby that can put down the engine that are broken and to restore it in Luleå, that is several miles away. But also what is really important was that we had a register of components and electrical drawings in a system that we use for this, and it would be easily accessed to know what spare parts and what to restore it. And all electronic equipment had to be replaced. And we also had good people on the shift, so the next shift were able to swap the equipment in the pump station, and the first pump was restarted after 21 hours. This is 3 days, but it was, in this case, it was only 3 days. When we talked to the people on site, they said in old Aitik, where we didn't have this information stored in this application that we use for electrical drawings, we had the production lost about 30 days. But so this was like a good case for what we want to show, that this is beneficial to have this kind of information in our systems. But when we dig deeper into the case, we saw why did the fitting error occur in the first place. We didn't have the mechanical information about that the torque that was supposed to hold the fitting together was probably not tied correctly. And what would have happened if we didn't have this really skilled super user of this application that knew exactly where to find the information? So what we conclude is that crucial information must not be personal independent, and information flow between different disciplines can be improved. We have a really good order in some information, but every kind of discipline works in their silos right now. So there's definitely more to be done in the area of data management and how to prevent things like this from happening and in the first place. So this was a short presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.